Looks and sounds okay. Let me refresh this. Let's see. Why isn't it telling me? Looks and sounds okay. Okay, we're good.
I see myself. Yes.
Yep, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's up, guys? Apple Monster here, and we have today Preston's thoughts. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Mm-hmm.
Awesome to see
Thank you
you.
for having me.
No, thank you for coming on. Real real pleasure to have you. I know we talked about 7 months ago, I think 8 months ago.
Yes.
And so I wanted to have you back on because I mean you have been doing amazing stuff on your channel, and
Thank you.
also you were just on the Saturday Night Tech Fights.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So talk to me about that. How was your experience?
Oh, well, about the fights themselves. Well, I mean, honestly, I went in because I just thought they were fun and interesting. So I joined a long time ago for one, and then I didn't get to join ever since because I was like busy on Saturdays. But on this Saturday, I was able to attend, and I didn't win that much. Like I think I won like one round out of the three that I was in. But like that's fine. I don't really care. It was just a fun experience to have, and I just enjoyed it.
Definitely, man. Definitely, those do look like a lot of fun and a lot of like.
For
Um,
one, and then
it's not even like for people who are in the chat and in the fights, but it's fun for the people who are in the chat watching.
hmm
I mean, you guys are fighting and going back and forth and whatever, but there's also the people who are going back and forth and expressing their opinions on the different questions and stuff, and
in the chat, yeah,
the different sides and everything, and it's a lot of fun.
yeah.
Sometimes it's like, even for me when I'm watching, it's like, wow, like it's a great experience.
Yeah,
Um,
it's really fun. You should. Have you ever fought in one or not?
no, but I'll tell you this. I think it was Mike himself asked
hmm
me if I wanted to compete against Miles Tech. I don't know if you know Miles. Um,
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm still trying to learn everyone.
yeah. Uh,
Like, there's so many creators. Like, I don't want to feel bad and say that like I don't know them or anything. But like, I just am not like. It's only been a year since I've been in, so I'm just
right.
still learning everyone.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of creators out there,
Yeah,
um,
for sure.
and it's hard to keep track. But yeah, man. Like I said, it's a lot of fun, and I'm thinking of actually joining. I think there's one tonight, isn't there?
Tonight? Oh
I,
wait, maybe. If there is, well, I'll be there. I'll join again. It's fun.
would you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure, man. I'm sure.
hmm
Yeah, because somebody, like I said, somebody had asked me to do a fight with Miles, and there was another creator who I almost went up against. Um, I don't know if you were there. It was the night that you were on. Top Tech Geek.
Oh
He.
yeah.
Oh my god, he was like on point. Like that. That was really fun. Um.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people that join.
Oh yeah, and everybody is just like even the judges are really really nice people. Uh,
hmm
RJ Tech, what's up? What's up?
Hey, what's up, RJ?
So I wanted to ask you, um, what, and I'm going to be talking about this on another stream once I
hmm
know more information. But I wanted to ask you, I know you do a lot of Android tech. Um,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on the new S21 leaks that are?
I mean, so far they look promising, but uh, with Samsung, it's kind of like a coin flip. It's
Mhm.
that's something like I've noticed over the years. So the
Yeah.
S10 Plus was arguably like the best bang for your buck. Even though it's expensive, like you got everything that you could ask for in a phone. So that's why I haven't felt the need to upgrade. And
Right.
when the S20 series came out, there were just so many problems on launch day. Like the camera wouldn't even focus on the Ultra, and battery life wasn't that good. So I just didn't think it was worth the upgrade. Plus, with the specs, it was still like 120 hertz on FHD, and I don't want to have to downgrade my screen resolution to get that 120 hertz. And if
Right.
OnePlus can do it, I don't think Samsung should have any excuse, especially this year. I think if OnePlus can do it on a $750 phone, Samsung should be able to do it on their S21 series in general.
For sure.
So
For sure.
if the S21 base model doesn't have what is called Quad HD 120 hertz, it'll kind of be disappointing considering like OnePlus is gonna have that with the OnePlus 9, the OnePlus 9 Pro, and it
Yeah.
even has it on the OnePlus 8T right now. So if Samsung can't do it on their base model, I think it's kind of disappointing. But I'm looking at the Plus model. I don't really think I'm gonna want the Ultra.
Uh-huh.
I don't see the reason behind buying the Ultra, like especially even in the S20 Ultra when it first came out, I didn't see the drive to go and get it. Like I didn't think it was worth it when it came to how much we were getting, because it
Yeah.
was only like they say the law of diminishing returns. You spend more, but you kind of don't get that much out of it in the long term, as in like the camera is a little bit better, but like and the battery's bigger. But
Yeah.
then you had like problems with the camera, so like it's really up in the air. I am excited though because I'm switching. Like I'm thinking about maybe getting the OnePlus 9 Pro or the S21 Plus. Those are the two phones
Oh,
I'm looking at.
nice.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people, and how long has it been since the S20 came out and that lineup?
the S20 I think came out in March. No, 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 no.
Because
It
they're
came out
saying,
in yeah, it came out in March 6th. That's when it was released.
because now
Mhm.
they're saying that we're gonna be seeing the S21 um now in January.
Yeah, yeah, because Samsung is releasing their phone early this year, all of the other Android manufacturers are going to do the same. That's why what's called OnePlus is releasing the OnePlus 9 series in mid-March, I believe, and Xiaomi and all the other Chinese brands will also be following them in that same strat to
Gotcha.
get ahead of the market.
What do you think? Do you think that they're kind of rushing, to release these phones, or because I kind of feel like Samsung especially, um, and I'm not trying to bash on them or anything. I just feel like they try to, and not even just Samsung, but crap. Hang on.
Mhm.
Sorry, I was just getting a phone call. Um, Not even just Samsung, but a lot of other companies try to rush these devices because they're seeing other devices come out and they just want to rush it and be like the first company to release a phone. You know,
Mhm.
especially when the folds came out, like that first fold was like, I don't know. I mean, they had their problems. They fixed it. Now, this
Mhm.
the Fold 2 does really really look nice. I personally love the Fold 2 versus the Fold 1 just because of that bigger screen on top. The little screen on that first Fold was like, I mean, to me it was visible, but to like an adult who's can't see that well anymore, I didn't really like it because of that.
Yeah, it was really small.
Um, but what do you think is going to happen here on out? What do you think of um like the whole fold lineup? Do you think that there's going to be more folds and more companies are going to make folds?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. I think the next company that's going to be doing this is Google, and then Apple will be doing it. I think in 2022. I think Google could possibly do it this year, maybe. Like I don't know. It would be pretty cool if they did to see what
Yeah,
they could come up with, and then Apple would do it as well. And like folds will become more popular as time goes on, and it's going to become a better alternative than having the tablet and the phone.
right,
The thing that I think the Fold 2 suffers with is the fact that the inside screen is better than the outside screen in terms of refresh rate. So the
right.
outside screen is still 60 hertz while the inside screen is 120 hertz. It could get annoying switching back and forth because you will
Yeah,
obviously see the difference. And then
right,
when it
right.
comes to the Fold 2 in general, I think it's a bit too narrow. Like the front screen, I think the front screen should be a little bit wider, in my opinion, or I don't know, like it just feels very narrow in my opinion. So
Yeah,
yeah. But
definitely.
overall, I like the folds. Like the
Apple Fold.
concept of a fold is pretty cool. And since Apple likes to be a little bit late on things, but do it or do as well as they can to perfect it, I
Right.
think Apple's first foldable is going to be a lot better or a
Hmm.
lot cleaner than Samsung's first foldable was because they took a longer time to release it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like companies shouldn't rush things. Just to be first, make sure you perfect it and have as little problems as possible. Because for me, at least, I oh, come on. Sorry, someone's trying to FaceTime me. And it's, hang on, now I can't even see myself. Oh boy. All right.
But yeah,
So
like you were saying, rushing things isn't the best way to go about things. I think
I,
Samsung and other Android companies need to learn from that. I think Apple takes a little bit too long to do things, and
yeah,
I think Samsung and other brands are too fast at doing things, especially with the 100 times space zoom. We saw how bad that was.
yep,
And I'm pretty sure Samsung learned from their mistakes. I don't think
right.
they're gonna be messing up something like that on their S21 series, but we'll see, we'll see.
I just feel like companies need to take their time in making the device rather than, oh, we want to finish our phone before this company does. You know, make sure that everything is smooth as can be. Yeah, there's going to be a problem. There's probably going to be problems here and there, but whatever. Um, I just feel like if the same company repeats problem after problem after problem, I think that you know over time customers are going to be like, well, these phones are starting to have issues and starting to suck. I'm not going to want to pre-order or order this phone.
Hmm.
You know,
And I think a lot of people like to make excuses for a lot of Samsung phones, and I mean you can say the same thing about a lot of like
oh yeah, definitely.
companies or like sheeps, I guess that's what we call 'em, like Apple sheep, Samsung sheeps, and all those things. And whenever you try to like talk about that, then they get defensive. And it happens to like every tech YouTuber, I bet.
Oh
Like, for example, like one day I could talk bad about Samsung and then I'll be called an Apple sheep. And then the next day I'll be talking bad about Apple and I'll be called a Samsung sheep. So it's just like you never
yeah,
you
definitely.
never really win.
Oh
And
no.
the most annoying part about that is so like especially when you have like a valid complaint, like for example the main complaint I had with Samsung's phones this year was that, well, in my opinion the prices were too damn high. Like no matter what phone it was, even the S20 Ultra, the price was too high. Like you can
Yeah.
find me on that one. The S20 Ultra should have been like 1100. like
Mm-hmm.
like it shouldn't have been 1,300. The S20, no, what is called the Note 20 was too expensive at $1,000 for what you got. everyone was like, "Oh, dude, like you're just overreacting. It's not that bad." I'm like, "It is that bad. Like, if you can get a phone that's a lot better for cheaper, but you just miss out on the S Pen, it's like, is it really worth it?" And then when it came to Apple this year with iPhone 12, I'm really glad they brought back the 12 mini because the mini lineup of phones, I made a whole video on this, but small phones do have a marketplace. And I think
Yeah.
a lot of other phone companies should copy Apple with this and start making small phones again. When Samsung made the S10e, I was kind of disappointed that they didn't make the S20e like this year. They just killed the lineup of small phones after 1 year, especially when that phone did decently well in the marketplace and it was a very good device overall.
Mhm.
So small phones have a place and a lot of people look for small phones.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, so I'm glad that Apple did that. Now when it comes to battery life, we've seen the 12 series very struggle because of 5G and all that stuff, but
Here's the thing with especially the 12 mini. A lot of people are
mhm,
saying that the battery isn't that good.
mhm.
Well, what do you expect? It's it's a mini sized phone. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, but I mean, let's look at the Pixel 4a here. It's the
right?
same. It's around the same size. I think it's like 2 inches, like 0.2 inches bigger.
Yeah,
Um, and it like lasts for like 8 hours. Like I don't
true,
know.
true.
I
Yeah,
mean, it doesn't support 5G. Maybe that's also another reason why. But
yeah,
I just think
that,
it has to do with software and RAM. I don't think the amount of RAM on that phone is
yeah.
good enough.
That's the thing too. Is that Apple's starting to work with 5G, so I think
Hmm.
that's obviously a problem too because for the places who have 5G, a lot of people are trying to test out 5G, and that pulls a lot of battery for the phones.
Hmm.
So that's definitely one of the things.
Hmm.
So I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, they'll try to iron that out, and the 13 lineup will be.
Honestly, I think it probably has to do with the software. So I think with updates, it'll
Oh
get
yeah,
better over time.
right. Yeah.
So
No, I agree for sure. Because even I have the regular 11, and um, it's you know it doesn't hold up as well. I mean, given the fact that I I've had it since pretty much the day it's come out.
mhm.
Um, and I mean, like you even said, and we all know, over time, it's the battery's going to degrade.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, for sure.
you know, but I do think that software does have a lot to do with it because there's a lot of new stuff. People, especially us tech creators, like to test out everything new, use everything that's new. So it's gonna pull a lot of battery.
Hmm. You know, this might be like a hot take or something, but when it comes to Apple's like software updates and the updates that Apple offers to their devices,
Yeah.
on one hand, you can look at it as saying, wow, Apple has such good software updates because the phone can last up to 5 years and all that stuff. But if you really think about it, updating gives you more features. Sure, it might give you like a little bit of fixes, but if you update it from iOS 13 to iOS 14, you got widgets now, you have all these other things. You have more things to drain your battery. So honestly, like the 5 update is good, but like if you had an iPhone 6 and you updated to iOS 14, I probably wouldn't recommend that considering the
Oh no.
battery
No.
drain would probably be insane. So I think like the max like someone should have like software updates for the phone is maybe like 3 to 4 years. I think
Yeah.
that's like the best. But like if you go to 5 years, you're really pushing it, especially because sometimes the updates to the iPhone are a big overhaul. So like how we saw with
Oh,
the old
definitely.
iOS. So I think that the updating needs to either A, for older phones, you need to like give less, if that makes any sense. Especially if you
Right.
have like if you have an iPhone 6 and you update to iOS 14, I don't know, like your
You
phone's
have
gonna
to,
die in like 2 hours or something. But
yeah, you have to expect it not to work as well as the new phones. You know,
yeah,
especially because it's an older phone and you've had that phone for whatever time. You know,
hmm
you gotta put in perspective that um it's an older phone. If you've used it, the battery's going to be degraded, so it's not going to work as perfectly as the new phones.
hmm
For sure.
uh,
Wow, we have a lot of new people here in the chat today.
yeah.
Awesome, awesome. What is Sarenbite? What's up, man? What's up? Great to have you on, man. Um,
Um, I think the one complaint I have with the 12 series isn't really the battery life. I think, the phone barely came out. Let's just wait a bit. I'm pretty sure with software updates, it'll get better. The one complaint I had was the fact that the phones don't have 90 hertz or 120 hertz. They still have 60 hertz.
right,
And for people, like, I always hear on Twitter, like, oh, like that doesn't matter. Like the average consumer or whatever they say doesn't care about it or doesn't need it. And like, nobody needs any of the new features on a smartphone, but you
right.
can want them because of the price you're paying. So
Mm-hmm.
the premium that you're paying for the Pro or the Pro Max variant should give you that 120 hertz or 90 hertz refresh rate on the phone, considering it has the Pro and Pro Max line or the name in it. I know Pro is subjective, and they did all these things with like cameras and recording, but MKBHD said in his video, I believe, that like they spent like so much on talking about how crazy their camera was for like the recording, but
Yeah.
then when people were trying to make an argument saying that nobody needs 120 hertz because what is it called, not many people care about it, but like who's actually going to use all those crazy camera features, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
it's like it goes both ways. And if you're going to be spending like $1,000 or $900 or how much you buy the iPhones for, I think you should at least get that 120 hertz or maybe even 90 hertz. Because honestly, with Apple's animations, since they're pretty good and they're very smooth, I think 90 hertz would actually look a lot better than 90 hertz on an Android phone.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so I think honestly, they could have just done 90 hertz, but judging by the battery performance, I think it would have probably died a lot faster,
Yeah.
considering the iPhone isn't doing pretty well right now when it comes to battery life. But I am excited to see reviews on the 12 Pro Max and 12
Oh,
Mini.
definitely.
I
I've
was,
already,
yeah.
I've already decided that for my next phone, I'm going Pro. I'm going Pro.
hmm
You know what? Um, yes, there's a lot of people saying that the battery is eh. But between the performance and the cameras, for me at least,
hmm
um, it's definitely worth it.
Oh,
Uh,
are you gonna get the 12 Pro? Is that what you're saying?
honestly, I'm not really sure. Um,
hmm
especially for what's going on nowadays. We've been like trying to save a lot of money. Um,
Yeah, for sure,
and
because
I've
phones
been
are
going,
expensive.
and honestly, the past couple of months, this is really bad to say, but the past couple of months, I've gone through at least 4 iPhone cables.
Really?
Yeah, I've either lost them, broke them,
hmm
or whatever. So like it's just been awful. And
hmm
then couple of months ago, I'm not sure if you were here for the story, but a couple months ago, I decided to get a whole new computer. Um,
hmm
because my HP was complete trash. Um,
Yeah.
start and stop streams was horrendous. So I said, you know what? I need something that I can rely on. So I have gone to Best Buy and I told the guy, I'm like, listen, I'm looking for a computer that I can do streams and edit videos and stuff like that. Of
Hmm.
course, I had to be in front of a MacBook Pro as I'm
Hmm.
saying this, and he's like, "Well, you're in front of the best." I'm like, "Yeah, but that pricing, man." It's like, ugh. But it's like, if you want the best of the best, you're gonna have to get something that's powerful because, unfortunately, there's not a lot of computers out there who that don't do it.
Hmm.
So,
I think honestly, like if people always talk about how good MacBook Pros are and all this stuff, right?
mhm,
And I'm on the fence about that. I've never enjoyed using a MacBook Pro. The performance has always been very sloggy and like slowish and just not enjoyable. I've never liked Mac OS. I think it's
really,
always looked very ugly and what is it called? Just the overall feel gives me cluttered vibes, and that's the reason why I still can't make the switch to like Apple. Is because iOS in general, I think iPad OS does a lot better when it comes to this, but the
yeah, a lot
cluttered
of
feel of iOS is crazy to me. Like the icons are so massive for no reason. Like why? So
yeah.
and then with Mac OS, I think all the things on the bottom row, it gets annoying and it's hard for me to look at.
I actually
And
switched that to the side. You
yeah,
can't do that. Um,
okay. I've never owned one. I've just used them at like Best Buy and stuff like that.
yeah,
And like the price is too
dude,
high for me.
this is not okay. I say this, but this is not an excuse. But one
Uh-huh.
thing I really, really love and hate because of what we just experienced is
Yeah.
the fact that you can get phone calls, text messages, everything on the computer. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
literally do not use my phone unless it's for
Hmm.
like apps like going on Instagram, WhatsApp, things like that. But
Hmm.
other than that, I'm always on my computer, dude. And it's like,
Yeah, for sure.
and honestly, like I save so much battery on my phone because of it. Um,
Hmm.
you know,
Agreed.
I think that the ecosystem, you know,
Yeah, Apple ecosystem is very good.
oh yeah,
And like Sarah and Byte said in the chat, Final Cut is very good. Like, there's no doubt about it. It's probably like the best video editing like app there is, and it's exclusive to Mac OS. So people who use it are just gonna stay on Mac OS because it's just too good to switch to any other. Like, I use Filmora 9, but
mhm,
it's okay. It lags sometimes. Sometimes I think the one time I lost like everything that I was editing. Very annoying. But
yeah,
um it's just like Final Cut's just super good, right? If Final
mhm,
Cut was on Windows, I think a lot of Mac OS people wouldn't mind switching over to Windows. The reason why I never did is because when I think about it, I'm very, what is it called? I guess you could call me a penny pincher. I don't know. I'm very like tight with my money. Like if I don't
mhm,
have to spend it, then I won't.
yeah.
And that's one of the main reasons why I don't buy a Mac because
See,
Macs are very reliable,
mhm,
but you can't do everything with them. I want to have a computer that can do everything. Like if I want to play games, I can game on it. If
yep,
I want to record, if I want to edit, if I want to stream, if I want to do anything, I want to be able to do it. The only what is called like the only operating system that offers that is what is it called like Windows and Linux would be second and Mac
yeah.
OS like a lot of the games aren't supported on Mac like
Oh,
the
definitely.
most popular game that just came out is Among Us but it's not even out on Mac like it doesn't work so
Right.
you just like there's a lot of things that just make me like I don't like it doesn't get me excited to use it
It,
despite how good Final Cut is.
yeah, it's not for everybody. Everybody likes what they like, and just gotta go with it. Uh,
Yeah.
but you
I
know,
am excited though for the what is called the silicone chips. Yeah,
I
I
can't
am
wait to
excited
see
for
that,
that
man.
because honestly, like I've been saying this since like the past like 3 years. Intel chips are trash. Like if because I built my computer, right? And the amount of stuff you get out of your Intel chip, it's not worth that price. Like
Yeah,
holy, it's insane how expensive it is. And the fact that Macs are this expensive I think that has to deal a lot with the fact that they use Intel processors. Now that they're finally ditching Intel processors, I think the price could go down or stay the same and be a lot better performance wise.
Yeah.
I think graphics still like there's not a really good graphics card for this laptop, but that's understandable. You know, it's like paper thin and stuff like that, so I'm not really complaining there. But I'm excited to see what they can do.
Oh yeah, definitely. Me too. And hang on, where is
Yeah, gaming is not a thing on Mac, sadly.
this is
I
what I
wish
was
it was.
gonna say.
Yeah.
No, that would be awesome if they could do that. Because the amount of games that we see um Apple creating for the iPhone and the iPad especially,
Mm-hmm.
um I would honestly like to see games being created for Macs. That would be really terrific. Another thing, let me go back to Tech for Your Needs.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely,
Yeah, Macs
definitely,
are definitely
definitely,
expensive.
definitely.
Yeah.
Here's
And I don't think you can really justify the price unless you have a photography business, a videography business, or you're like a full-time YouTuber
yep.
and like you make money. I don't think you can really justify buying one. Like when people ask me like, what laptop should I buy for college? Macs are like the last thing I'll ever think of because of the price. It's just like you're just taking notes, dude. You don't need a MacBook to take notes. Like,
Yeah.
dude, that's a yes, a stretch right there.
Here's a question that I don't think any creator that I've seen asks people, and I'm gonna really make
Hmm.
you think about this one. If you were to make your own computer,
Hmm.
what parts would you use from like other existing computers and companies out there?
Oh, well, I did build my computer.
Oh, did you?
So yes, I did build my computer. So I run a AMD Ryzen 5 2600X. That's my processor. I have a GTX 1060 for my graphics card. I have a B450 for my motherboard, and my RAM is 16 gigabytes of DDR4, and it's 3200 megahertz.
Wow.
That's my it's not the best, my graphics card, I do want to upgrade that. Like
Yeah.
it does struggle a little bit, but it gets the job done. I get like 200 frames
Right.
on most
It's job.
games.
That's all.
So I don't have any really complaints there. I think if I upgraded my graphics card, rendering time would take a lot faster as well when I'm editing. But overall, like my computer's been perfectly fine. I built this like 2 years ago, and the only thing I've upgraded so far is the RAM,
Yep.
and that's about it. I haven't need to upgrade. And that's the
What about
thing, like,
software wise?
what's up?
What about software wise? What do you have on
Oh,
for
I
some?
just have Windows 10. Windows 10 Home, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you're okay with Windows 10. You don't have like. Do you think that there could be anything different, or is there something that Windows 10 doesn't have that you wish it did? Anything like that?
No, because if there is, I can just go search online and then there's an application for it. You see, like, I love customization and
Yep.
I love the fact that iOS finally implemented that with the
Hmm.
icons and stuff like that. But
Yep.
goddamn, is it hard to change the icons? I saw that process. That was
Ah,
so unnecessary. Like I was like, holy, like who actually has the time for this? This is a waste of time. Also, why do the widgets say the name under the widgets? Like it's like, oh, by the way, this widget is for weather. Like I can tell, like you don't have to tell me. Or like this
yeah.
is the time. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I know it's the time. Like you don't have to
Right.
say
Yeah.
that.
Now that is annoying. I think that like
Yeah.
I
Like
I
I'm not
honestly,
that dumb, guys. Like come on.
right, exactly.
But
Especially for like apps like the phone messages, um those are obvious things. We don't need
yeah.
that. I think that would definitely be something that Apple could work on taking out. Um, and because honestly, it would save more space, and you can. Okay, like a lot of people say that they wish they had bigger icons or whatever. Okay, just take out the name and make the icon slightly bigger like that. So,
I hate big icons. I can't. I
do you
hate big icons. Like that's like my pet peeve right there. That's the
really?
reason why I never switched to iPhones. The icons are too big and you can't change the size. It like gets me annoyed.
Really?
Yes, it's so annoying. They're
I don't
so
know.
big.
I'm just so used to it.
It
Um,
gives me like it makes me feel like my phone's claustrophobic or something. It's so annoying. Like I'm just like I can't.
shit. Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
when iPad OS came out and they gave you the option to have smaller icons, I was like,
yeah.
this is the best thing Apple's done in the past 5 years. Like I was like, this is amazing. Thank you very much. And I just wish they added that to the iPhone. Like, why is that so hard? I don't know.
So Sarah says, to be honest, Apple never intended shortcuts. It almost had. Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah,
That would be cool. I think like I'm gonna be honest, like the custom icons and stuff like that.
yeah, and,
I don't know why they wouldn't intend them to be shortcuts. Like that's a no-brainer, but
mhm,
okay.
yeah. A lot of people, and especially when iOS 14 came out with the whole widgets and stuff, there was a lot of
Hmm.
people. I don't know, and I don't know if you feel the same, but there's a lot of people who said that, oh, now iOS is trying to be Android and
Oh
whatnot.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
what do you think about that?
I think iOS is a watered down Android now. It has an
Yeah.
app drawer. It's not
Yep.
a good app drawer, but it's there, you know.
Right.
It
Right.
has widgets. You can't download anything from the internet. You're stuck. So it's like a watered down version of Android. It's
Yeah.
like a baby version of Android, in my opinion. But
So,
on some things, like that's not an insult or anything. That's just like how I see it, you know, based off
yeah.
like features and stuff like that.
Yep.
But for some things, it's a lot harder. Like, oh my gosh, I remember the days of trying to like go navigate through the settings app on like iPhones. Like before the search, what's called search bar was there. That was hell. Like, oh my gosh, I could not go through the Apple settings to just figure out how to fix something.
Yep.
And when it came to the fact that you can't download anything off the internet, that's an annoying thing for me. You're stuck to Apple's app store. You can't download any other app store, which I think is kind of annoying as well.
Hmm.
You're stuck with a lot of things. You're stuck in that Apple ecosystem. Now, a lot of people like that, but I like to make my phone mine. So whenever I show people my phone, it doesn't look like their phone, even though we have the same phone. Like I customize mine with the launcher, icon packs, wallpapers, and I change it from time to time. And I like to do that because it's fun. I want to make my phone unique in a way. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely.
Hmm.
Um, I do think that it can be better. Um,
Oh,
for
everything can be better. Like in any app, I don't.
me,
It's not just Apple. Like there's a lot of things
yeah.
Samsung can improve in. Like I'm not
Oh,
like
yeah.
targeting Apple.
Right. Yeah. For me, when it comes to the whole iOS widgets,
Hmm.
I honestly feel now, yes, the weather widget, that's fine. It shows what the weather is and whatever.
Hmm.
Let's say Spotify. I don't. I mean,
Yeah.
do you use an iOS device? Do
No,
you?
I personally do not own any Apple devices
Oh, okay. So
because I don't have the money for that.
right now they
Yeah.
right now they have the Spotify widget, and I don't know if
Hmm.
you've seen videos of it and stuff,
Yeah, I
but
have.
um, the only thing that I don't like about that widget in specifics is the fact that you can't even switch a song or play or pause a song. You,
Honestly, I think that goes down to I think that's less of Apple and more of Spotify. I'm
yeah,
gonna be honest.
yeah.
I think
I just
Spotify just
feel
needs
like
to upgrade.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Um, like I feel like some of the widgets are like bigger icons. Like it's just buttons to go into the actual app. I feel
Yeah.
like they need to work on it so you can work on the widgets, not
Hmm.
go into the actual app and see the information you want to see. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
Whenever I think of widgets, right? Like you said, like they should be able to be easier or faster ways to access a certain feature, right? And like Saren said in chat, like this, like he can't control his music. I don't, like you said, like if you should be able to do that. And a lot of apps or a lot of widgets that Apple has like created for iOS 14 do struggle with this. I don't think they have enough like implementations to actually
Mhm.
make them usable other than them just looking nice. Like I've
Yeah,
just seen the only way I've really seen widgets been used in iOS 14 is to display like a picture or something. Like that's literally the only thing I've actually seen iOS 14 widgets been used as
yeah,
for like themed wallpaper, like themed pages, because you can like theme each page. So I've seen like, oh, this one has a picture of leaves and it's green, and then the next one has a picture of like the ocean because it's blue. But like I haven't actually seen someone use the widgets like I don't know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think that kind of defeats the whole purpose of having
This right
widgets.
here, though. This right here, though. Right there.
Yeah, Apple widgets don't let you interact with them. It takes you to the app. That defeats the whole purpose of giving widgets. Exactly my point.
It is. It really is. I was honestly expecting more out of it. I mean, obviously, I wasn't expecting iOS to turn into Android. I mean, honestly, and
It will. I
I,
think it will. I'm gonna
I
be honest. I think it will.
I'm not really sure if you agree or not, but like, I feel like as it is already, I feel like one day all the phones are going to be the same, and there's not going to be much difference at all on what phone you're going to get, whether it's
Mhm.
iOS or Android based. You know?
A lot of phones already struggle with that.
Yeah.
Like Oxygen OS on OnePlus, it's very nice and very fluid. But have you seen for what is it called? The Oxygen OS for Android 11 looks a lot like One UI Android 11. So there's
Mhm.
a lot of things that sure, I don't mind companies taking from other companies because other companies might have better ideas that you never would have thought of, and you're like, that's cool, we should implement it too. That's a given. I think any company should do that. Learning from your competition is the best way to make a better phone, a better product. So
Yeah.
when Apple implemented these features, sure, like me, myself included, and other people would like make fun of them or make jokes like, oh, iOS for Android,
Mhm.
or Android for iOS, we'll make jokes here and there. But at the end of the day, it's good that they added it. Now,
Oh, yeah.
widgets right now kind of, like they said, defeats the whole purpose of having widgets. But when it's upgraded, what is it called? Or when there's more updates to it, I hope they will fix this. And when it comes to the app drawer, I want them to fix that too. I want
Yeah.
them to actually make it an app drawer, not like, I don't know, like cubes or whatever it is. I don't know. It's
The,
pretty weird, but
the one thing that I think that iOS 14 did actually right is the
mhm.
is the fact that they actually made calling banners. Like we needed that so
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You guys didn't have that. I remember.
so bad. Because again, like you just saw, I got so many phone calls. You know,
Mhm,
if I were on my phone, like there was
mhm,
times like I'd be either texting someone or playing a game or something, and
mhm.
I'm not sure about you guys, but here in New England, like I get a lot of spam calls. I really do.
Oh, especially for the past like week or so. Oh my gosh, I've been getting spammed so often. Like, bro, I already voted. Like, stop calling me about voting. Like, I literally already voted already. Like
I
2 weeks
know,
ago,
I know,
I
I
I
know.
voted for my presidential candidate that I wanted to win. You can stop sending me 10 text messages about it. Like, I get it,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, yeah. That and that's the thing. Like honestly, before we would have to wait to use our phone for the call to end because you didn't want to freaking end the call on the person you don't want to
Mhm.
talk to because you're afraid they're gonna call again. And I
Yeah.
feel like it's so annoying, you know.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
so honestly, there's a lot that they've done great, and a lot
Hmm.
they still have to work on.
Oh,
Um,
of course.
and same
Hmm.
goes for other companies. Like,
Yeah, I think
it's
that goes for
not.
like basically every company.
I
Um,
see. This is another thing. I see a lot of people say, when is it going to reach a point that they're not going to have ideas anymore? And here's the thing. I'm not sure if you or anyone agrees here, but I honestly think that changing things yearly is okay, but uh, doing it every other year, I think would be better. I'm not sure, but I just feel like
I agree, and the reason why I agree with that is because when it comes to the Apple Watch, I think Apple Watch suffers a lot from this. There doesn't need to be another Apple Watch every year. There is no need for that. Also, I'm still waiting for a circle Apple Watch. I hate square watches. Like
mhm,
they just like that's like they look like toys. Apple Watches look like kids' toys
yeah,
because they don't look like watches, they just look like kids' toys. And I want to be able to wear a smartwatch like a normal watch to like a business meeting, like in the
yeah,
future.
yeah,
You can't really do it with an Apple Watch because it just looks so out of place. Like it doesn't look like it doesn't look formal at all.
right.
So I think Apple needs to step up their game with that, but that's besides the point. I
No,
think Apple should have an every other year when it comes to the Apple Watch. I don't think there needs to be an Apple Watch every year
yeah,
because the upgrades are very minimal, especially
because
for like a smartwatch. Like what are you
here's
gonna
the
do every
thing.
year?
Because here's the thing, and I'm sure with Android people too,
Hmm.
we see. Okay, every year there's a new phone, there's a new Apple Watch, there's a new computer, whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
us creators, we attack those devices right away. We pre-order them because we want to make videos on them, whatever. The general consumer, the everyday person, will not get the phone
Hmm.
on release day. You know, people wait until like 5 6 months after the phone's released to get the phone.
Hmm.
Okay, so what if you know like me, I got the phone like 3 months after the device came.
Hmm.
It's a really good device, but obviously, like the next year, Apple releases another phone. You're gonna want that phone, you know,
Hmm.
and it's just like I feel like okay, I just got this phone, but this is a better phone, so now I
Hmm.
want this one.
You
You know,
see, I think it's better. I think it's easier for Apple. What is it called Apple, like people that are in the Apple ecosystem. I think this problem is a lot easier for y'all because, like, let's be honest, they all look the same. Okay, like the past 3 years, the upgrades have been like very minimal. When
right?
it comes to Android phones, they're just like, oh yeah, we now have 100 times zoom and like all
Yeah,
this like crazy stuff, and you're just like, whoa, that's crazy. I want it, and that was me. And then you find out how it sucks, right? Like on the S20 Ultra, like how bad it was, and you're just like, but I
yeah.
still want it because it's cool and
I
it's new.
don't understand how they make it look so awesome in the live streams, and then once you test it out yourself, it just stinks.
Yeah, I
Somebody,
mean, to be honest with you, did you see the what is called the live stream for the S20?
yes,
When I was watching,
yeah,
I just started laughing because they had the phone on the tripod, right? And they did the 100 times zoom, and oh my god, that picture looked horrible. Like
yeah, yeah,
it was too
yeah.
funny.
It
Uh,
honestly, I'm like, what is this? And then like, I think, oh my god, Super Saf was the first
yeah,
video I saw, and I'm like, what the heck?
yeah.
Like, they made it look so realistic, so awesome in the live
Hmm.
stream, and it's honestly this like what?
Yeah, it's very disappointing. But that's the thing. I think. more and more as the years go on, a lot of phones will have to rely on these more gimmicky features,
Yeah.
considering there's only so much you can do, right? So,
Yep.
like, for example, we're gonna get to a point where we're gonna have 240 hertz quad HD like displays on our phones,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
your own monitors, right? And we're gonna get to that point, and then what do we do after that? Like, we're gonna have to have these features that change the phone not only with the display, right? So we
Yeah.
have under display cameras coming soon, and like we need other things. So a bunch of companies, I think even Apple, are gonna start like saying, "Well, we have 8K recording, like it's bad, but like we have it, you know?" Or
Hmm.
we have like the slowest slow mo on any smartphone at a really bad quality, but we have it, you know? Like they're gonna have to try to figure out something
Yeah.
to drive people to want to buy their new phone because as time goes on, the up the upgrades are very minimal, and especially with iPhone, I got into like an argument, I guess you could say, like people were calling me like an Android chief or whatever on Twitter, but I don't care. I thought the
Well, you
iPhone
know what?
12,
Like I said, and I don't want to talk about politics, but I said this week.
uh-huh,
Talking politics and talking tech is like the same thing. You
I
know,
agree.
you know, you like what you like. You know, there's
Uh
really talk about.
Okay. I don't know about that because when it comes like, okay, I'm not gonna get into politics because that was my whole Twitter feed for like the past like few days. But when it comes to politics, until you understand where you are on the side of, you're kind of in the middle. So,
Mhm.
like
Yeah,
for me, like sadly, I like when I didn't know anything and I didn't know any better, I was under the impression that maybe that Trump wasn't that bad, right? Well, look, after I started learning everything, because I was like, I think when Trump was like 4 years ago, I was like a sophomore, so I didn't know a lot about politics because I like couldn't even vote.
I still
So
don't listen. I still don't know anything about politics, and I don't care.
yeah,
You know.
okay, but I find politics very interesting. So I started doing my own research, started talking to my friends that are more into politics because of
Mhm.
different reasons that they may have, and I found that I was on this side of the argument and that I didn't actually like Trump, and that's just like my personal belief system. But beliefs differ from things that you like because
Mhm.
like although I might not have the same beliefs as Biden or whatever, overall I still like what he's doing. Or overall, like it goes
Yeah.
both ways. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
matter what side they are on. So when it comes to
And then there are those
Android or
who.
Apple, you can apply the same concept
Yeah.
because then you can say, although I don't like everything that is on an iPhone, I will still buy it because I like what is it called? The iOS ecosystem.
Right.
So
Right.
they're
Definitely.
similar, but like not really at the same time. But I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, I'm going to be ending the stream pretty soon. So if you guys have any questions, uh, let us know now, and we can answer them for you. Um, like, but Preston, thank you for coming on, man. It was really, really nice talking to you.
Oh, for sure. I like talking. That's why most of my videos are just like I sit down, I talk to the camera. I'm like, okay, that's enough. Okay, I'm gonna end the
Yeah,
video. Yeah, that's pretty much my videos.
that's the same with me. But I honestly like communicating with people on live streams.
Hmm.
And I'm not sure if you've seen like my tweets, but I wanted to start this thing on Saturdays where I bring smaller creators who I think don't really get noticed. And I feel
Hmm.
like they need or deserve a little bit of a push to get noticed and to get up
Hmm.
there. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, me especially. So like communicating with other people. You know, we get to know each other, and get to know each other's opinions on stuff, and we get to grow our channels at the same time. You know,
Hmm.
so you make friends, you make subscribers. It's a lot of fun for me. So I want to start this new thing. This is episode 4 that we're on, and I tweeted out earlier. I have two more two more um, people that I want to get on. Actually, it's going to be 3 because on the 21st I'm going to have Tech for Your Needs and another creator, Gabriel C. Black. Next week, I have Connor O'Regan. Really awesome kid, awesome channel. You all should check him out. And like I said,
Did I intentionally match my shirt? Sorry to cut you off. I was reading the chat. Did I intentionally match my shirt to my chair? Look, I am very color coordinated, and sometimes it just happens without me knowing it. Okay, like it's
hey,
just
it happens.
it just happens. Like I
It-
have to have like my whole setup. It's black and white, and I have like an accent color. But like if anything's like out of place or like a different color, and I don't like how it looks, like it gets me kind of annoyed. So yes, I unintentionally matched my color of
it-
my chair to my shirt.
it's like when you meet up a friend and they have the same color shirt or the same shirt. It's like
Yeah,
we don't
it
plan,
just happens.
but
Yeah.
it happens.
Hmm.
So, um, Michael Pepper, what's up, man? What's up? I didn't even realize that he was the one that asked you that.
Yeah, he asked me. I was just reading the chat because I just saw it.
Michael is actually one that I want to invite to a stream one time. I
Hmm.
think Michael, you said the beginning of December. I'm completely free with that. But we'll talk about it down the line, man, for sure.
Hmm.
Is there any questions that you want to ask me or anything you're curious about?
Um. Oh, we never even got to the point for the computer. What computer did you even end up getting?
I got the 2020 MacBook Pro.
Oh,
The
you did. You
yes,
did. You
yes.
fell for the trap. You fell for it. Okay.
No,
It's a really good. How much did you get on sale? Black Friday? Like,
no,
did you get a
no.
sale?
I got it on a random
Nothing? Nada? Zero?
no.
Oh no. How
Um,
much does it cost, like, regularly?
dude, I think I got it for like 1,800.
Oh my God. That hurts. That
Yeah,
hurts my soul. You could have built like the best gaming computer known to mankind with
I
that money. Like,
I know.
it
And here's
hurts.
the thing, like,
Yeah.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Uh-huh. What's up?
They're expensive, but
Uh-huh.
at least you know that they're gonna last you a long time. It's not like you're
Yeah.
buying a cheap computer that's like 1 to $200, and it's only gonna last you for 2 years, 3 years. This
Yes, but
computer,
but if you think about it,
will
if you
last
think about it,
at least 5 to 10 years.
but if you think about it, if you bought a pre-built like $1,500 PC, $1,000 $1,500 PC or $1,500 gaming laptop would have outlasted that MacBook Pro by like a shit ton. Like sorry to cuss, but like
Oh,
honestly,
I don't care.
yeah. Okay, but yeah, it would have like lasted you so much longer. Now, sure, I understand the reasoning behind you getting it. So like I'm not gonna make fun of you for buying it. Like that's not my money, like you can buy what you want and maybe you don't game that much as I do. So that's why it's more
No,
of
I
a
don't. Honestly,
yeah,
I,
that's why it's
I
more of a big deal to me than it is to you when it comes
my
to this
game is
stuff.
on the PS4.
Oh, okay. So like you don't even need to worry about that. Like me
Yeah.
personally, I do. But like it's not really a big deal for you. And plus, you can't go wrong with Final Cut. It's just too good. So,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
might have
Exactly.
been a bit, I'm gonna be honest, a bit expensive, but hey, if it gets the job done and you don't have to buy anything in the later future, then go
Mhm.
for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, man.
Mhm.
You know, and I'm not the type of creator who spends hours and hours and hours editing a video. Um,
Right.
but you know, I like how I edit my videos, and
Mhm.
I think that it's okay for what I do. Yes, can it be better? Yes, can I do more things? Sure,
Mhm.
but I honestly don't think it's really necessary.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you want your videos, if you're the type of person that wants your videos to look cinematic and stuff, yeah, you're gonna have to spend
Mhm.
5-6 hours on the video, and
Mhm.
especially learning the software. But if you just want some simple editing, you don't need um that much of color degradation and stuff like that. Whatever.
Mhm.
But that's
Um, when it comes to like YouTube, a very, very big Twitch streamer and YouTuber, what is called, reacted to my video, like one of my videos, like live, like in front of like 20,000 people.
oh
And
shoot.
yeah, it was pretty crazy, but it was basically for him to give critiques on like the channel.
Hmm.
And he saw the video, he liked it. He was like, "You're giving good facts and stuff like that." And he searched up like the same title. And the advice he gave me was, think about, why would someone watch your video? Like, for example, if I made the same topic, like if I made a review video on the S21 Plus, why would people watch the my review video over MKBHD when MKBHD can do it 10,000 times better, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So so that was what he told me to do. And like, well, I can't really apply it. I try to do videos that a lot of people don't do, or like topics that maybe a lot of people aren't talking about, so I can be different. And
Mhm.
that's what I've been doing for like the past like few weeks, Like I've
Mhm.
been doing gaming keyboards and stuff like that, and that's a whole different market. But
Oh
when
yeah.
it comes to like talking videos, like I try to do topics that maybe some people didn't even think about
Mhm.
or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to be different and doing other things that maybe could attract newer viewers. But yeah, that's what they told me.
So let me ask you, when it comes to video creation, what's your process like? Um, what do you like to do first?
Well, I do like a 5 second recording to make sure like my camera's set up and like I'm in frame. And then
Yeah.
after that, I just, what is it called, plug in my mic to my phone because my phone still has a headphone jack. Yeah, like I'm sad that my next phone won't have a headphone jack.
So
Whatever.
you so you use your phone for your camera.
Recording. I
Yeah.
use my phone for audio recording. I use my camera that I use for photography because I also do photography on the side.
Yep.
Like, and I post that on like Instagram or whatever. But I use that camera to record my videos as well,
Mm-hmm.
and I just record the audio separate.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, yeah, and I just stitch them together when I edit. My video process, like depending on the topic, like most time it doesn't take me long to record a video because I know what I want to talk about, and I've been thinking about it. Like all of my videos are basically, like my channel says, my thoughts, right? So literally, whenever I'm thinking about these stuff, like I just say it out loud. That's basically my videos, right? I just say what I'm thinking, and if the topic is like very specific or it's like a review video, sure, those might take a while longer to record. But the editing process to me doesn't take that long at all. I sit down, I edit, I do my cuts, I put in like, maybe like some like trader footage from like a new phone or something. But overall, like it doesn't take me too long,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't take me like 2 seconds or anything like that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely,
Hmm.
definitely. Well, it was great talking to you, man. I really appreciate
Hmm.
you coming on. Guys, thank you guys for coming on. Really appreciate everybody who uh, stayed in the chat and communicated with us. Really appreciate you guys. And I am going to be back next week, like I said, with Connor. And hopefully I'll get to have a couple more people down the line. But stay tuned to my Twitter. I'll make sure to post upcoming live streams and stuff along the way. I don't know. I might do a live stream the day of the Apple event to talk about my thoughts and opinions of it afterwards. I'm not sure how that day is going to work out because I have a lot to do that day, especially watching the event. So I will update you guys on that as well. But thank you guys for coming on. Thank you, Preston. Awesome talking, man. And we'll talk to you guys in the next live stream. App Monster out.
Yeah. Bye.